afternoon, everybody. How's it going? I have teamed back up with Fotopro to give you another great review, this time of their S3 tripod. Do not forget to check out my review of the UFO 2 tripod as well. I have been using this tripod for close to a month now, pretty religiously, and it's got a little bit of dirt on it, but for the most part, this thing still looks like it came out of the box. So let's just jump into the unboxing. Directly out of the box from Amazon, the Fotopro S3 comes boxed and marked with a little sticker of the color red because our tripod is in fact red. Once we open the Fotopro box, we see that the S3 comes with its very own carrying bag. And much like the UFO 2, it comes with a GoPro mount, a cell phone mount with a Bluetooth trigger, an extra base plate for the quick release pan head, and an instruction manual. Now we're going to head on over to Amazon and grab the specs for the S3. It comes in at a very reasonable $69.99 USD. The S3 also comes equipped with a two-way pan head and handle to aid in super smooth panning shots. The S3 has a minimum height of 18 inches or 46 centimeters, a maximum height of just under 57.5 inches or 144 centimeters, and a folding height of 18.5 inches or 47 centimeters. It weighs in a little less than 2.5 pounds or 2.5 kilograms. Now, Fotopro calls the S3 a beginner's tripod, and I'm going to go ahead and say it's a solid intermediate tripod. The only thing that I would call it a beginner tripod for is the base plate. The S3 has a quick release base plate, which is great for on the go, but it's a lot thicker and it's also made of plastic, so it will not fit Arca style tripod base plates, which are generally considered universal mounts. So you can really only use this base plate with the S3 tripod or any other Fotopro tripod that uses the same style base plate. But this leads me into my absolute favorite feature of this tripod. It actually comes with a place to store your Allen keys. You know, the Allen keys that you get with every tripod ever, and then you lose them because you have no place to put them? This is always a big issue for me. I always wanted a little place somewhere on the tripod. I always figured there had to be a little place that they can just set aside so you can store your Allen key. Well, the S3 has solved that dilemma. Hidden neatly inside the handle, we have two Allen keys, and this allows me to easily jump between my handheld tripod and the S3. I no longer have to worry about always having a coin on me or an Allen key to take off the Arca style base plate to switch over. And my second favorite feature of this tripod is that the center pole is reversible so you can get super sick, super low shots. There's always an issue when you're trying to get a super smooth low shot. You're always searching for something to prop the camera on just to get the right height. The tabletop tripods generally aren't low enough to really get what you need. With the S3, you get the perfect height and you just flip the footage 180 degrees in post and bam, perfect shot. Now, onto some real life situations. I recently took a work trip to Canada. Now, this was the only tripod I brought with me. I cannot show you any of the footage that I took while there because it is not my intellectual property, nor can I show you the inside of one of my work's facilities, but I used this tripod with a Sony a7S Mark II with both a Rode VideoMic Pro and a lavalier mic. And I was able to go all over the warehouse. I got super clean shots. This thing did not let me down. And the best part is the legs. I love this type of leg adjustment. I actually prefer this over the twist and friction lock legs. After a while, they loosen up and they start to slip, and if it does actually pop out on you, they never go back in correctly. The S3 has a mechanical style lock, and I feel these last a lot longer. Now, while I can't show you the footage I took for work, I can show you the footage that I took using the S3 at Lake Ontario. Now, as I said, I have been using this tripod for weeks. I have taken it on work trips. I've thrown it in the back of the car with other gear. I've thrown it in the back seat. I've lashed it to my backpack and gone hiking with it. I filmed talking heads with it. Obviously not this one because I'm showing you it right here, but many of the talking heads that I have filmed over the past month have been with this tripod. And the list goes on and on. And much like the UFO 2 tripod, this thing has not let me down. Now we will move into the pros and cons section of this review, and we're going to go ahead and start with the cons so we can end on a positive note. The cons are really, it's a little bit bulky. Even when it's fully condensed, the top, the head, it just kind of, it sticks out a little bit. Now, a lot of the Arca type tripods, they don't really have this pan head, so it's just a little bit thinner and it's usually a little narrower here. Now, it only really became an issue when I had this strapped to a backpack and I was, say, leaving my house. When you're turning to grab the door to lock it or pull it closed, if you're not aware of what side it's on or give yourself a little bit extra room, you can actually catch it on the door frame or the door itself. The only other con I have, and this is why it's probably considered a beginner to intermediate style tripod, is that the lock is not adjustable. In a lot of the other mechanical lock systems, it's usually an Allen key or a screw that you can retighten if these come loose. Now, I still feel like this is going to last a lot longer than a friction lock, but I would like to have a little bit of adjustment there, so if it does get a little loose, I can easily just fix that myself. Now for the pros. This is a great value, so it is a good investment. You don't want to jump into the game and get like a $200 tripod because you don't know if you're going to stick with it, you don't know if you're going to like it, you don't know if you're going to enjoy it, so you don't want to spend a ton of money on gear. You also don't want to go to a big box store and get like a $20 tripod because, let's face it, it's junk and it's gonna fall apart. So that's just a waste of money. And the S3 is like the perfect middle ground. Coming in at just under $70 USD, this thing is solid, it's aluminum, so it's sturdy, and again, I've thrown this thing all around and it just keeps on ticking. Now, we'll be honest, this thing will not last you your entire career, but to get you started, the S3 is right where you want to be. It has a very good build quality for the price. It has my favorite style leg adjustment, so you have that to look forward to, and it's just an all-around solid tripod. It has a few features in it that I have not seen in more expensive tripods, namely the Allen keys in the handle, in the reversible center pole. Yes, the handle is bulky, but it does have an added benefit of being there. When your hands are full and you don't have a backpack, you just tuck the handle in your pocket and you're good to go. So if you're looking for a tripod to get yourself started, or you just broke that $20 big box store tripod and you need something that's reliable and much better quality, definitely check out the Fotopro S3 tripod.